Well, everybody, welcome to Community Resources and Corrections. This is the online summer version of this program, and this is the introductory video. It's a short 5-week program, so this is one where we're going to have to hit the ground running to get this program completed on time. While you watch this video, please take notes, kind of keep up with things. There will be a quiz that will cover this and the plagiarism video that you need to make 100% on in order to move on for the course. So, pay close attention as you go. Now, you'll be able to retake this quiz if you do not make 100% the first time. But if you probably prefer to get it done the first time and not have to rewatch the video. So just kind of pay close attention. Well, let me go ahead and get out of the way, and we'll start looking at the different areas of the course and what we're expected of you. Oh, but let me quickly introduce myself. You just realized that not all of y'all know me. I am Craig Foss. I'm the chair of the Criminal Justice Department here at Alvin Community College. I am a retired police officer. My work in corrections was limited to working in the city jail in Galveston many years ago, but I've done studies on the community corrections and have worked with many of the other instructors here who had corrections experience. So I'm, while not an expert on the subject, I do spend time researching for the course, and you'll see some of my local research in these videos as the course goes on. Again, I am a retired Galveston and a retired Dickinson police officer. I've been here at Alvin Community College since 2014, so I've been here a few years now. So let me go ahead and get out of the way, and we'll go ahead and look at the course now. Now, the first place for y'all to look at when you get into the course, well, again, you may have some announcements, like here's a welcome announcement. If there's some changes with the program, you'll have an announcement here. Generally, when I have an announcement, you'll also get it by email, so you'll get it at both locations. The Start Here page has a lot of things that are important to you. One of them that we're going to go over real quick is the syllabus. So we'll go ahead and open that up now and make it big so y'all can see it. First thing I want to go over, again, this is syllabus, it's standard information at the top, and most of it is going to be standard information. But I've got a big red note here. This is not a self-paced course. There will be hard deadlines which must be met. However, you may work ahead of schedule. In fact, you can complete the entire course maybe the first week if you're overly energetic. I wouldn't suggest trying to do that, but you could do that. The material is available for you. Failing to meet these deadlines, these hard deadlines, will result in a reduction in your final overall grade. That's the grade that's reported on your transcripts, not just the test grade we're talking about on your transcripts. If you do not think you can meet these weekly deadlines, you should not take this course during the short summer session. The major exams and the introductory exam will be in a proctored setting. This is to abide by our accreditation. And the proctored setting is going to be done on your home computer using the Respondus Lockdown browser with a webcam and microphone. Or you can make arrangements to come here to the college and take them at the testing center. I think most of you will take them using the Lockdown browser. Realistically, we only have to use the Respondus Lockdown browser for the 4 major exams. I do it on the introductory quiz because we want to get any bumps out of the way during that introductory quiz before the actual exam comes up. Okay. Next thing we're going to talk about is communicating with me. The best way to communicate with me, in fact, for anything that you want a record of, anything of that sort, you will need to send it email to me through your college email, and that's going to be set up through the college. If you don't know about your email, you can go to the link in you're there to get everything set up. But it's in the pod, so you should be able to get to it fairly easily. You can contact me by phone. That number is listed on my office hours, which we'll get back to in a minute. But you're better sending an email. I'm only going to be in the office, in the mornings during the summer session, and it's really I do check the email at night, so you're a lot better off at setting up the email. And this is a 3-hour course. You can look through the course objectives for the entire course. Read them in there. The book that is required is available by going to the Alvin College bookstore. You don't have to buy it from them, but they've got the ISBN numbers and so forth, and you can search for it. You can rent them, whichever method you choose. The course schedule follows. We also have it listed in Blackboard, either location. This is an online class. I don't foresee this course changing, but if it does, you will receive a notification. As you can see, it's a very quick course. You're going to be looking at 2 to 3 chapters per week. You will be completing a discussion once a week. There is a research paper and a presentation of the research paper. Those are due on weeks 4 and 5. We'll get to the research paper shortly and the presentation. You will need to take quizzes for each chapter before you can move to the next chapter. Once you have completed the quizzes, that are required for the exam and participated in the discussion, the original discussion, you don't have to get the follow-ups done before you take the exam, but you have to do your original discussion. You have to do your introduction discussion before you can take exam 1. Once you have got that work done, you can take exam number 1. If you do that all the first week, that's fine, but you must complete exam number 1 by the end of the second week. You must complete the introduction video, the introduction quiz, chapter 1 and chapter 2, and the intro discussion number 1 within the first week. We'll talk about the ramifications for not completing them when we get down to the course attendance. Once you complete exam 1, you can keep going. You can go on to chapters 5, 6, 7, and 8 and take exam 2, as long as you've got your 70s to move on and you participated in the second discussion and so forth. So you can finish the entire 5-week course early and then go back and do your follow-up discussions as other people participate in the discussions, because you will be required to do those. But you can complete the course early. The key thing here is you've got to be sure you get those deadlines done in a timely manner, or it will affect your overall grade. There are going to be 4 major exams. There are 3 exams, 1, 2, and 3, and the final. The 3 exams will be 50 questions, 50 minutes to complete them, true, false, or multiple choice questions on those exams. Then you will have a final exam consisting of 80 questions. You'll have 1 minute per question for all your exams, either 50 minutes or 80 minutes, depending on the exam. And the final exam going to be 50 questions over new material and 30 questions that will be comprehensive. The research paper, and we'll spend more time on that when we come to the research paper tab, but it will be, you must complete the research paper by the due date, and you also must do a video of yourself presenting the paper and submit that. And there's some submission instructions. We'll go over those when we get to that. The participation discussion is our discussion board. You will have to do all the discussions or you can't take the exams, and you got to do them in a timely manner. Plagiarism, there's a video on plagiarism below that you need to watch, so be sure to do that. They'll tell you all about that. Your grading summary. The major exams are worth 15% of your grade for a total of 45%. Your final is worth 20% of your grade. Your research paper and presentation combined are worth 10% of your grade. The quizzes that you take are all worth 15% of your grade total, which means the quizzes add up to 1 major exam. You can retake the quizzes. You have to make at least a 70 on them to finish the course. You can retake them as many times as you want if you want to bring your grade up to 100. I have a lot of students that have done that in the past. And finally, the participation, the discussion questions, they're also worth 10% of your grade. We have the standard grading, 90 to 100 to A, 80 to 89B, and so forth. Now we get to class attendance. This is an attendance taking community college. In order to participate in federal financial aid, the college is required to take attendance, so we take it seriously. The way we do it for online classes, because you're not sitting in class face to face, there's no definite time you have to do anything. So we don't have that traditional thing. The way we base it on, in this class at least, is you're meeting deadlines. Now, for the college's purposes, for reporting purposes, the attendance is going to show up on Mondays each week. That's just where we're recording it. In this class, the class starts on Wednesday. The first week will then end on Tuesday. Everything due in that class for the first week is due at midnight on Tuesday. I'll give you a hint. I'm not going to be up at midnight grading the papers. If they're there when I get up the next morning and start looking at things, you're good. Fair warning. I get up around 5 o'clock in the morning. Now, probably won't be looking at the computer at 5 in the morning. I usually run in the morning, but hey, if it's raining out, I may be looking at the computer waiting for the rain to stop. So make sure it's all done before 5 a.m. on Wednesday in order to get credit. I would have it done by, the actual deadline is at midnight on Tuesday. If you do not complete any of your coursework for a week, you will be marked as absent. If you complete some of your work, but not all of the work, you will be marked as late. The way I've got to keep track of how long of your attendance is, I will have an attendance grade set in the course, which will start out, everybody will start out with 100, and you will lose points for any late assignments. So if you are late with your one of your assignments during a week, you will lose 10 points off of your grade. So that would give you a 90. If you are late another week with one of your assignments, then you lost another 10 points and you've got an 80. If you don't do any of your work for a week, that's a 20-point reduction. So if you had 100, you're down to 80 right then. The significance of this is that you cannot make a grade any higher than the grade that you have on your attendance grade for your final semester average for your grade that is recorded on your transcripts. So if you're late with one assignment, 1 week, you'll have a 90. A 90 is an A. You can make an A. So whatever your grade average is for the semester is what you get. On the other hand, if you have a 20-point reduction because you were late 2 different weeks or you didn't do anything 1 week, then you'll have an 80. An 80 is a B. The highest grade that you can make for the semester is an 80. So what we're going to end up doing is if you have an A average for the semester, you're going to get a B. If you've got a B average, you'll get a C, and so on. And it gets to the point, if you get down to, if you're late with an assignment each week, that's 5 different assignments, that's a 50-point reduction. You fail the class because a 50 is failing. So just keep in mind, it is very important. If you feel that you cannot make these deadlines, this is not the time for you to take this course. So just keep that in mind. I want to emphasize that. If you feel that you cannot make all the deadlines, then you don't need to take a 5-week summer course. There's a lot of material here. Okay, the rest of the this calendar is, this syllabus is pretty much standard information, student conduct. I want you to all read through this. It's got other information for you. So just kind of look around at that. We'll get back into Blackboard real quick. We've got my office hours. As I said before, I'll be here mostly in the morning. I've got some afternoons. I'm teaching some in the police academy. So at during the summer session, so I may or may not be available in the office. That's why email is the best way of contacting me, but my office number is 281-756-3779. If you need to come see me, please email or call me and make an appointment. Don't just come up here, because I may be in the police academy. Now, if I'm in the academy and the academy is on a break for 10 minutes, I'll talk to you real quick, but keep in mind I have to get back in the academy as soon as the break's over. Again, here is the course schedule, just like the one from the syllabus, and you can kind of look at that. The core of the course is going to be found in our weekly content, but before we go over that, we're going to go ahead and talk about the research paper, because that's the next big section for, the requirement for the semester, as long as it comes up. Your research paper is going to be over one of these listed subjects. You have to write about 1,000 to 1,500 word paper in the APA format. If you're not familiar with APA format, there are many different locations where you can find it. I'll throw my APA video. Actually, the APA video was in your introduction page, so if you watch that, that should tell you. There is a template that you are required to use. If you use it, you'll be in the APA format. The key thing that gets most people on the APA format is going to be that reference page at the end, works cited, whatever. So be careful on that. I've got a sample paper for you to look at, and I know I've got a checklist, so you make sure you do everything. Key part of this paper is that you will need to interview somebody. So start looking around for someone to interview right away. You can do the interview in person, by phone, by email, any which way you can, but you got to make got to work on finding the person to interview rather quickly, okay? Because otherwise you're going to, you'll run into time problems. The presentation, we're not going to be coming to campus for the presentation, so I need to pull that date out of this section. You will be doing it by video. You will sign up for your presentation. I'll show you that real quick right here. Click on that, and nobody's signed up yet. So all you do is pick your course, type your name in there. Do not erase anybody else's name out. If you're using a browser that does not allow you to fill in the blank, pick your top 3 choices, send me an email, and I will put it in there for you. But if you're using Chrome, it will work. Go back to the research paper tab, and then the research paper, where you submit it, do it as a Word document only. You have access to Word through the college, so use Word. I don't want it in any particularly Apple's format. I can't read those papers. I always have to send them back to students to say, resubmit this in a format that 99% of the world can read, and not the people that are using it, the 1% using Apple products. So just kind of keep that in mind. To present your video, there is a link here. The best thing to do, just videotape it with a phone. You'll need 3 people in the room with you beside yourself. Have one of them, use their camera, their phone to videotape it, and then you're going to upload it to the link. It'll be either this Dropbox link, or I have another a link to the Microsoft's. I can't even think of it. The version for the college. You'll be able to just follow the little instructions to upload it. It shouldn't be an issue. If you do have issues, email me or give me a call. We'll get you through it. I have another video here showing you how to use the college library for research. So if you haven't done it before, it's got the good information for you, where you can find some really good information for your research paper. So if you have any questions on the research paper, please get with me and we'll go over those. Next, we'll look at the weekly content. And this, hopefully you've already done this, because this is how you got to this video. Each week there will be information on what's due that week. I have my weekly update videos for you to watch, so that you know what's going on. And then you have the introductory video that This one will go up here as soon as I complete it. And there's the plagiarism video, the APA video that I just talked about. I've got a video showing you how to navigate through Blackboard using my particular setup, and then the video of the introductory quiz. Now again, this one has to be with the Respondus Lockdown browser. And I've got a short video right here that will tell you how to use Lockdown browser and how to download it and all.
Well, okay, everybody, in the short video.
So, that should get everybody in the right place. Again, this introductory quiz that has to be done, you need a 100 on it, so you have to retake it if you don't get a 100. Then it will allow you to see the next week's video in the next week's folder to get to the video. Here's a link also to the research paper pad. Each week's going to have everything that you need for that week. All of the discussions besides the introductory discussion that are for this course will be reviews for the exams. Now, if you've taken previous courses of mine that aren't summer courses, I don't like you doing your discussion as an attachment. This is an exception to that, because what you're going to do is you'll have the discussion come up eventually, and there's a Word document that is attached to it, and here it is, and you'll simply fill in your answers to what you think the test will be like. Include the page numbers. This will allow you to get everything done in the right order. Okay, so we've got that out of the way, and I think that is covered that. The only other tab we've got to look at is our exam tab. This is where you will find the exams. They will only be visible once you have completed the course material that's needed for that. So, for example, exam number 1 will not be visible until you have completed the quizzes 1, 2, 3, and 4 with a 70 or better, and done the discussions of the introductory and discussion number 1. I think that kind of covered everything for you for this course. There may be a question on the exam about late coursework. You're only allowed one late submission, or you lose letter grades for submission. If it's on the introductory quiz, that's what that's covered. Looking forward to working with each one of you this semester, and that's it.